I've got Chris here, who's with the recently opened New You Health Studio out in Leawood, Kansas, and he's going to be answering some questions for us about what it is they do out there and why it would be more beneficial to go to a naturalistic doctor or a holistic doctor rather than a traditional type of clinic. So what do you think, Chris, are some of the top reasons why it's a better idea to come to a clinic like yours rather than a traditional doctor? What can you guys offer me that is above and beyond your typical experience at the doctor?
Sure. Traditionally, at a traditional clinic, the physician will have a certain time limit where they'll come in, you'll have a single, maybe two issues that they will try to talk to and understand and solve for you. And so number one is the time frame. There's a limit due to insurance reimbursement rates and other restrictions on how much time that doctor has allowed for you. And so depending upon the complexity of your issue, it may require additional time than that to really understand the root problem. So a lot of times what happens is that the doctor is making an assessment and understanding what should be done. They may write you a prescription to alleviate that.
But that prescription isn't preventing the problems that I might be having 5 or 10 years down the road.
That's correct. A couple of things happen. One, there wasn't prevention that the doctor was counseling you on, so that you didn't have this particular ailment at this time. And secondly, a lot of times pharmaceutical drugs are done reactively. I have a symptom, here's a script to alleviate that symptom. And although it may solve your symptom, mask the problem, it's not necessarily getting to the root of the problem. I have high blood pressure. Well, why do I have a high blood pressure? Let's understand why, and let's not just use a blood pressure lowering pharmaceutical to take that down. Let's go back and understand through diet and other factors why you're here in the first place.
So you guys are using natural remedies to try to offset what could be happening down the road.
Sure. That we call it. We like the term integrative medicine. We integrate traditional allopathic medicine using pharmaceuticals with natural holistic medicine. All pharmaceuticals have side effects. They and a lot of times the side effects can be as bad as what the good that drug is providing your body. And so what we want to do by using holistic natural remedies when we can is to try to avoid the use of pharmaceutical drugs and therefore those side effects in your body. So you can also, by doing that and by optimizing, the whole goal is to optimize your health in your body, and that means make sure your body is healthy as it can be right now, and as you alluded to, that can prevent diseases down the road, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, cancers. All of these can be prevented to some degree if your body has the proper nutrition and the correct balance within your internal systems in order to do that.
Okay. So what programs do you guys have that that somebody out there who's interested and says, I want to get involved, I want to get my health under control, I want to see what my blood work is saying and see what kind of nutrition I need to be on? What programs do you guys have that I can take advantage of, and what age groups would be interested in something like this?
Yeah, great question. The way we're structured at New You Health Studio is all around the patient. What does the patient need to achieve this optimal health? Again, traditionally, if you think about your last visit to your doctor, you probably had 10 minutes or so with the doctor, and you got your one or so ailments talked about it, and then he was out the door. At New You Health Studio, we allow the time to completely diagnose the issue. We customize our programs for the individual patient. If you're someone who's trying to lose weight and that's really your only goal and your only need, well, then we have a program for that. If you're a healthy athlete, or maybe a competitive, excuse me, a competitive athlete that wants more out of your workout, or shave just a little bit of time, well, there's things that you can be doing that can increase that performance. If you're someone who has an ongoing disease, diabetes, adrenal issues, and all types of aging diseases, then we have a program for that as well. The initial appointment starts out with typically an hour and a half to 2 hours of you with the doctor, and so because of that amount of time and that amount of detail that goes into your health history, that's what we utilize to correctly diagnose what your symptoms are, and then a path on how we correct that.
So just to summarize, your guys' studio is trying to do something a little bit revolutionary in the area, in the respect that you're trying to attack medicine through nutrition and through prevention rather than treating somebody who's already sick. You're trying to determine what is causing or what could cause them to be sick in the future and treat that now rather than waiting until they're, at stage 3 cancer or something like that.
That's exactly right. Since so many of our aging diseases are preventable, diabetes in most instances, heart disease, a lot of these we don't accept the notion that I'm just getting older, that well, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't perform that activity any longer. Well, we don't accept that. Your body, if you have joint pain in the morning, if you have shortness of breath, or lethargy, or sexual libido type issues, then there are reasons for that. And it's not just because you magically turned 40, or because you are getting up there in years. It's because there is a disease process starting within your body, and that can come from multiple issues. And so our goal is to understand where you're at right now, what those symptoms are, and correct those both now and then also in the future. Dr. Alexander says that with her previous traditional medical training, that she could see diabetes about 4 years ahead of time through your blood work and your charts and assessment of your body. And now with her anti-aging and regenerative medicine training, she can now see that 10 years ahead of time, so that Wes, if you continue upon this path, in about 10 years' time, you can expect to be diabetic. And then here's all the issues and the insulin and the other things that go along with that. Or you can choose to alter some of your lifestyles through your diet. You can work with the doctor to balance and optimize your health in your body, and we can avoid that. And we firmly believe that the latter is a much, much better path to take.
Well, that sounds absolutely awesome. And if you guys want to contact Chris, his number is 913-213-6900, right?
That's correct.
And they're out in Leawood, Kansas. And what's the address?
The 10557 Mission Road. We're in Mission Farms. And the website is newukc.com.